I am here today to speak to you about very important issues. The issues of where the Gautrain Management Agency will be going and is already on the track of getting to. Gautrain in itself has played a very important role in bringing us this far. It's been an incredible 13 years of operations, which have also seen 11 years of clean audits. First and foremost, we want to maintain the clean governance. That is important to us, and it's important for my time as the CEO. Secondly, we then have to look at sustainability, and sustainability in its whole sense. When we look at sustainability as a whole, long-term wise, first and foremost is how do we move the operations of the Gautrain Management Agency to be self-funding and self-sustaining. And then secondly, then it will be the process of how do we reduce the reliance on the fiscus. It is important that we look at financial sustainability clearly. We have a multiple-pronged strategy which enables the GMA to become financially sustainable. The one part of it is the entity is going quite heavily into property development. That would mean that we have to create an additional entity or a sub-entity that then will look at property development in and around our stations. In particular, the stations where the parking has sterilized the land. We already have that real estate. We already have the rights to the land. And therefore, it becomes much easier for us to be able to bring on partners who are developers to be able to develop that land. Secondly, we have to make sure that beyond the properties that we develop, we actually can take most of the station off the grid. And therefore, we have to bring on a lot of greening of the stations in terms of going solar with most of those stations. Our biggest aspirations with energy is going to be us moving a lot of our vehicles towards hydrogen. The hydrogen revolution in itself will not pass us on the way. Our buses, as they are today, they are already developed for the transformation and the change. And therefore, it would be quite easy to start with the buses. And as we refurbish the trains after 2026, whether any of the trains it's possible for us to be able to develop them into hydrogen trains. It is a big change in terms of how we look at our energy consumption and our energy usage. In terms of the financial sustainability as a whole, we also look at how do we supersize our current licensing model. The licensing model in itself has been very successful, and in turn, we have been given more responsibilities by the province to roll out more TISH DLTCs. The TISH DLTCs, as we refer to them, are going to be DLTCs that are located in centers that are in the locations and in the townships, and would actually bring a new level of service logically into those areas. But they will be built on the same standards that we have built the Gautrain DLTCs, and we will expand more on our current DLTCs. We also have to assist all around in terms of how we develop those DLTCs and then ultimately operationalize them. By doing that, we would have to be forced to be able to build a licensing agency within the realms of the GMA itself. And the licensing agency in itself is a big part of our long-term strategy. We have acquired the rights to be able to do motor vehicle registrations. We are looking at whether or not we could actually have tow labs and learners training centers in the stations. The DLTC in Sandton is going to be one of our best DLTCs we've ever opened. It will have multiple services that will then enable us to grow from there. Ultimately, that means that we have to be able to bring on more jobs. And the growth of the GMA will be positive for both internal staff and also Gauteng residents. Beyond that point, we have a number of technologies and software that we have developed as an organization. We want to build on that and build on the success of the Tender Swift, which is our automated tendering system, and other systems that we have developed. And therefore, we're looking at bolstering that area of the business to be able to take it to the next level. And assisting the province to be able to do what it needs to do so that we can deliver services and close out on projects is going to be a big part of our role as an agency. We are relooking the mandate of the agency as a whole. That process will take probably a period of 6 months, and ultimately the change in law and the GMA Act in itself will take a period of about 12 months. During that time, a lot of these activities will be undertaken on the basis of mandates from the MEC. The MEC has already agreed politically that this is the right direction in which we should go. Our board is very excited about where we need to go as a whole as an agency. To the people in the GMA, I am looking forward to working with you on building this new mandate. The future is ours to create. I thank you.